Dr. Glenn Harris, University of Georgia, with us, and we talked about cotton. Anything else you want to add before we go to the forages, or we want to dig right into those people that, again, how AGROTAIN, what's on the minds of our forage producers out there?
Yeah, and forages, we have in every county in the state of Georgia, and again throughout the southeast. So, and to me, AGROTAIN is a really good fit for forages because we typically don't incorporate the nitrogen we apply, not as irrigated. I mentioned 40% on cotton, but very little of our forage land is irrigated in Georgia. And so you got that urea fertilizer laying on the surface, subject to volatilization again in the summertime when the temperatures are hot, conditions are right. So it's a good fit for forages.
Now you have some studies, I believe, that independent studies as well to share. About
yeah, one of my colleagues, Dr. Dennis Hancock, who's on our Athens campus, he's been working with AGROTAIN. In fact, I think introduced him to some of these products that I've been testing. And as you can see, some summaries from what he's seen. Reducing ammonia volatilization by 63%, producing more yield and more N recovered. Basically, he's done the sister trials on forages that I've done on cotton, so it makes a pretty good team.
Wow, 63%, that's an impressive number.
Yeah, and he did I'm going to show you in a second, he's done the same exact methodology that volatilization trap data, and I'll show you that in a second.
Let's go see that then.
Well, first, I think we're supposed to go to yield first.
All right, that's fine.
And, yield again is important. That's the bottom line. And if you
Absolutely.
make your nitrogen work better, you're going to make better yield, as Jimmy mentioned. What you see here is we have two locations in Georgia, and these are both in North Georgia, Eatonton and Calhoun. And you'll notice right away there's a difference in the yield. This is Russell Bermuda grass, and this is four cuttings. This is for hay, not pasture. I would expect good results on pasture also, but this is a hay study. And you see a little difference. The Calhoun is obviously a better soil, has a better yield potential for this Bermuda grass. But what you notice again, untreated urea on the left, AGROTAIN in the middle, and the imitator on the right. And at both locations, where you had AGROTAIN, you made more yield, and especially in that high producing location with the better soil.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that the second and third cuttings. Before we get to this, here's another new slide here. But
yeah,
I would imagine that those later cuttings, you might see real payoff there with more productivity.
Yeah, it's it's important. On all cuttings. We try to get 4 cuttings a year, depends on the rain. We can even get 5 in a good year, but these were 4 cuttings and very important to yield.
So let's go back to this Dr. Hancock's study here. This is another one here.
Yeah, this is just that first year. First slide was 2008. This is the 2009
okay,
data.
Good.
And you can just see, actually, obviously it was a little better yield. Conditions were better overall in both locations. The yield is better, but the same results with the AGROTAIN improving yield on a Bermuda grass.
We talked about the volatilization for cotton and rice and corn as well. And volatilization, is that a factor in forages? We talk about grasses.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, you can't incorporate it with tillage, and we don't have a lot of irrigation, so you got to rely on rain. And we get about 50 inches of rain a year in Georgia, but it's not real evenly distributed a lot of times.
I don't know where it would be, but
yeah, and a lot of times when you want it doesn't come. We've had some pretty dry years over the years in the middle of the summer, so no matter how good you think your weatherman is, you just never know. So.
We've got up here Georgia Forages. Tell us about that website there that hopefully viewers are writing down, but what are they going to find when they go there?
Yeah, if you're interested in all aspects of forage production in Georgia, this is Dennis Hancock, my colleague again, runs this website and has a lot of good information, not only on fertilization, but all kinds of things, on anything related to forages in Georgia. They're welcome to go to that website.
All right. Again, callers, your time now on RFD-TV Live with our friends from AGROTAIN, 866-547-9696 to join us live here. Telephone lines are open.